Well, hopefully we're all still good to go. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Episode
5.
5. So who's gonna take right after the old one. Other one. Yep. This is one. Let's just talk about right where we were just kind of starting to leave off about. It's just kind of abandoned lay freighters. I mean, like abandoned
Layup.
long-term layup, short-term layup, around the Great Lakes because there's a lot.
There is.
There's a lot.
I'm going to pull up some of this just so I don't completely mess up anything.
A great idea because I know a couple, but not all of them.
Let's start with the Blough. That was easy.
Blough has been in Conneaut for a couple of years, had a fire. And they basically, because they were using it pretty much all the way up to this point. And it has a weird self-unloader system, which works. So obviously, the only one that doesn't have a self-unloader on the lakes is the Alpena.
There's another one. There is on. Yes. And give me a second. I'll figure out what it's called. It's a sister ship. It's in the same company that the Wolford Sykes is.
But yeah, Roger Blough. It's been in Conneaut for a couple of years. It had a pretty bad fire. I didn't realize the scale of it, but apparently it was like, obviously it's been in long-term layup. They're not getting rid of it because it's still good. They don't have a use for it. They don't want to fix it right now, but it's just a good, like, the reason why they have all these boats is a good asset to have in case something happens, which, they never want to think about losing a boat, such as it's sinking or something like catastrophic happens or a fire. But, something like that happens. Like, for example, it was a good boat. The Roger Blough was up until that point, but it only could go
22, I think.
2020, like
During layup?
Yeah, I think it was during winter layup of 22. It's like January, February of 22, I believe.
Yeah, I was reading about that. And it was like a heater that they brought in to just keep it warm.
That's what that was. And it was a little heater.
Yeah, it caught something on fire. I think they were doing work. I think they were
there was
modernizing stuff.
Yeah, I think they were just doing some work to it, and they just brought on this heater, I guess, because obviously whenever a boat's in layup, it's time to do work, do fixes, do whatever it need be done. And the Roger Blough was that's what was going on. It was in winter layup, and I guess because all the power is really shut down. It's not shut down, but
yeah,
engines are off, everything's off, so they just little heater just to plug in, so that way they don't have to use the ship's heating system.
Right.
Have to use power. You got to keep the ship up and going. So let's do a little heater and
caught on fire.
They caught it on fire and
$100 million worth of damage.
Yep. And it's so catastrophic because that's such a beautiful boat, and it still is beautiful.
Oh yeah,
it's cool.
It's weird.
It is weird. I always thought it's weird because it looks like it should be like the newer design. Obviously, everything in the back. But it's not because the forward the forward pilot house, the cab over part, it's not like the whole width of the front, which is usually what they are. It's small. So it's big, but it's small because the hull is big.
Stuart J. Corp, which was built about the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I think they were built like the Stuart J. Corp was the first 1,000-footer. Like 71, and the Roger Blough was built in 71.
Okay.
But like the Stuart J. Corp has the pilot house that is almost as wide as the ship is itself, which is a lot like what all the new ones are. And a lot of the older water cab over ones, they're like that too. They're just narrower.
Yeah.
Well, the Roger Blough is built wide, like a lot of the newer ships are, and the Stuart J. Corp, which is also the same design where the pilot house is in the front.
Yep.
But the pilot house on the Roger Blough is the old school style.
Yeah.
So it looks really weird. It's like a lot wider than it normally looks because the pilot house is like the same as something you'd see from like a 50s or a 40s freighter.
Yeah, and it looks so cool.
It is.
I wish they would have stuck with that design, but I get it. Just put everything in the back, put all the crew where all the crew sleep, or everything is worked. You don't have to travel the whole length, which it makes sense. I understand.
It does.
It makes total sense. It's just for people like us, for people like fans, like, yeah, okay, but whatever. We get it. It's not about how it looks. It's about getting the job done the most efficient way possible.
And we started talking right before we ended the last episode, a rumor that I saw on Reddit.
I gotta find this rumor.
It's
I'm going to throw up if this
works. Because it's Reddit. Some dude's like, oh, this is a good idea, so I'm going to say it's happening. So the Cason G Callaway, is that what it's called?
I think so. I forgot about that.
The Callaway
is gone.
It's kind of been sidelined as a parts boat. So somebody said that it's a good idea. It seems like a good idea to somebody that doesn't really know. But to take the self-unloader off of that and put it on the Roger Blough, because it's got a weird one that doesn't really work in most ports.
Yeah,
as you were saying last
that would
time.
it would save them a lot of money because they already have the self-unloader for it, but they have to completely retrofit the entire boat.
Yeah.
But the fact is, they don't have to build
Mm-hmm.
an entire other boat. And the Roger Blough's a big boat. It's big. It can haul a way more than
It's 800
most
feet
others.
long,
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
gigantic. I mean, hopefully we're gonna see it here pretty soon.
Yes.
I need to fly the drone like inside of the boat.
But yeah, you know, it'd be even cooler is if they lengthen it to 1,000 foot.
That'd be nuts.
That'd be so cool.
I hope we can dream.
We could dream.
We can dream, but
Imagine
it's
that.
still alive.
New
Roger
self-unloader.
Blough. The way that I look at it is they're keeping these boats for a reason.
Yeah.
If they knew that was never going to happen again, because it's costing them money.
Right. Yeah,
Or
it is. You know,
It's probably costing
even though they own the dock.
thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, probably a month.
Yeah.
And they're keeping them for a reason because it's good to have.
Yeah.
It's right there.
And
a couple $200 million, and it's good to go. But
oh yeah,
you're gonna make the company billions.
yeah. Hopefully something like this happens. Hopefully we can see it sailing again.
Right.
Under its own power.
Right. Under its own power. The next, sorry.
I was just gonna say, hopefully we get to see it this weekend. You know, everything works out. Hopefully no crazy snows or anything.
Everything works out. We'll go. There's no lakefront snow effect, which I hope not. I don't know. We'll find out. But moving along from the Blough, I guess for now we can say the what's the Cuyahoga,
which is 15 minutes west.
which is 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes west, which we're also going to check out. That one, obviously, just kind of recap on the story again. It had a fire, a horrible fire. It put it out of commission, and it was deemed a loss.
Total loss.
Which obviously anything can be fixed, but it's just not worth their time. It's not worth the money. It's not worth their time.
Yeah.
It's a great looking boat. It's one of the oldest lake freighters on the lake.
Sorry.
Built in 1943, as he said in the last episode.
Lake
for the war.
Yeah, for the U.S.
Typically, they were like, we need to get this bitch built and working for the war effort, which is awesome.
Lorain, Ohio.
And the fact that I don't think they ever thought that they'd make them this long. That like the boats would make it. I'm pretty sure I've read reports and people saying that they never expect them to last more than 40, 50 years.
Right. And I mean, you know, the Cuyahoga, it's 80 years old.
80 years old.
1 year old.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time for anything. And
yeah.
For something that is in mainline use.
Yeah. Every single year,
except for this year.
They literally, they turn on the engines. They don't shut them off until it's layup.
About this time every year.
Yep. About this time. Sad time.
It's crazy.
That's currently sitting in Ashtabula. We're going to go try check that out because
it's not
confirmed, unconfirmed.
It's
going to be scrapped.
Early 2025. We don't know the exact date, but we're not risking it.
We got to go because they could tow it and have it sit in Duluth for all
right.
We know.
And
that's what
would be horrible.
An 8 hour. That's like a whole weekend.
That is 12 hours.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Duluth is literally
It is. Yeah, it's far away. It's all the Great Lakes away from us.
It is. It's literally every single Great Lake away from us, minus what is that, Lake Ontario?
Yeah, which is
But still, that we don't. That one don't count. But moving aside from that, we're just kind of going along, just starting from east, making our way west. Like right now, we're starting in Ohio. I don't think there's any laid up in Pennsylvania or New York. I don't believe so.
And not any importance.
Not of any importance. That's a good one. Yeah, we care.
There might be some Canadian stuff. Some in like Ontario too.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I
don't really know. The Canadian Steamship Line do have some water cabovers, which are cool, but I think they have 3 that are in use right now, and they're cool. I don't really know much about them. I know one of them is the Frontenac, which I like to see because I think it said that the Frontenac was built by the United States.
Probably was.
And
a lot of
Canada. Just like the Cuyahoga.
Yeah.
Built here in Lorraine, which
I think the
Saginaw and the Saginaw and the Michipicoten are the same company.
Right, but I mean, I think they were built in the States too.
I think that I'm pretty sure they were.
Yeah, I think next is
American
Valor.
Is the American Valor in Toledo, which is that one
by the same company as the
Yeah.
the mid-air cotton and the
Cotton.
Saginaw and
Which is
Cuyahoga.
That's Lower Lakes Towing.
Talking about some rumors and some conspiracy theories, I guess.
Talk
Maybe
about them.
maybe
Please.
if since the Cuyahoga is getting scrapped and it was used every year up until this year, and the Mitsubishi
That's true. I totally forgot. I didn't notice earlier.
right now,
Yep. They're out 2 boats.
they are. They got more, but these are 2 main boats that are.
Depends on the need. Which obviously, if they were running them, they were using them. They were filling them up every single time.
Maybe we'll see that one run again
That would be
here
amazing.
soon. You never know.
That would be.
And it was. I mean, it's good to go.
That boat is pretty much good to go. Obviously, it's been sitting, but it went into long-term. It's been sitting for, I don't know exactly when it went in a long-term layup. I believe it was like 2008, 2009. But that one, I don't know if it actually drove to where it's sitting. It's on it under its own power, but it's got its engine. It's got its self-unloader. It's not super old. It's not a super old boat. It's old. It's old in a boat term.
Right.
Compared to the Alpena or the Cuyahoga, it's a AAA class, which is a sister ship of the Arthur M. Anderson.
Yep.
It's all there, and it's just waiting. That's why they still have it, because
there's a use for it.
There could potentially be a use for it if something like this happens, and it's happening right now, which sucks, but it's happening. But to replace it with another cab over, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, someone that hasn't seen the
right.
The open seas.
Because obviously it's probably going to need a couple $1 million to get it up and going again. But the fact is, you got the entire boat right there.
Right. It's better than spending a couple $100.
Because think about it, one boat out, you're losing out crap ton of money.
Yeah,
a lot. So
yeah,
I'm all for it. I think they should do it, because it'd just be so cool to hear the story of pulling a boat out of layup and doing it again, or making it seaworthy again.
Right.
Working every single day, that'd be insane. And then so we got the American Valor and moving our way up. I think we're in Michigan now, which we just talked about this one. What is it? It's a grain they're using I didn't even know it was still around, the CTC.
That's in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
Right.
But still, that's a lake freighter.
It is a lake freighter. It was a lake freighter. Now it's just a barge. I think they removed, or it's storage. It's not even a barge. It's just storage. They removed the engines out of it. And I think there might be one in Michigan somewhere, either long-term layup or abandoned.
You have the JAW Engelhart, which is under the same company as the Alpena. I think it's a cement carrier, and it's fully there.
That's in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's in Wisconsin. Yeah. Okay.
That's another boat that was. That's a barge, though.
It is a barge. It's still all there, but they just use it as a storage, pretty much, as a barge. It's cool. Sometimes other roads will dock up to it, and then they'll transfer their load back and forth, which is cool. But obviously, it's probably never going to sail again. I know he's looking up.
See if there's another one. I thought there was one in.
There's the John Sherwin. That's not in Michigan. There's a couple of them. I'm just.
Wait, it's the other. It's the other Interlake one.
I don't know. I don't remember.
This is a John.
Is it the John Sherwin?
Yeah, it's a John Sherwin.
It's in Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that one's awesome. This one has this is an Interlake boat. They even still have it on the Interlake Steamship Company website of their fleet.
Yeah.
It's still there. It's just kind of blacked out. But apparently, I don't know if it's been on there for a long time. This is another rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Something I heard is that they added it this year, because you can't you can click on all the other ones, the Leach or Gertha.
Gives you some history and some
history. You can't click on this one, but I don't know if it was on. Somebody says they added it. What does that mean? Because what happened was with this one, this is a nice one. This is also a newer style. This is a 50s. It has I believe it has a whole I don't know if it has a cell phone loader actually. It does it. Okay.
There's another one that's in long-term layup. It's the sister ship of the Sykes. Not really sister. Actually, I think it is a sister ship, but it's the one that's in the same company of the Sykes. That one is the only one left that is still like a normal full-length lake freighter.
Is it an active service?
It's in long-term layup.
Oh, the Callaway? That's what you're talking about? Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's I didn't even realize.
That does not have.
We got to find out where that is.
It's in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
It's at Fraser.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, the John Sherwin is an Interlake steamship boat. What they were doing was they used it, I believe, up until, I think, the 80s. It was launched in the 50s, used it up until the 80s, and actually sat in long-term layup for. This is why we're getting hope. It sat in long-term layup until I think it was 2005. They moved it, and then they thought they were going to bring it back into service.
Yeah.
They were like, we only used it for. They did the inspections. It was all in great shape. It did have a self-unloader on it already. It still does. They were 2007. They said we're doing it. So they ripped out the old engines. They were going to put new engines in it. They were in the middle of completely refitting it, and then the Great Depression hit. Or
the 2008 housing crisis.
The Great Recession.
Yeah.
The economic recession, not
The Great Depression.
but that happened.
The Great Depression, I think that happened in Jeromesville when our friend who's a national hero, he's a firefighter, volunteer firefighter. He had to go help, like, this house had a bunch of snakes, and he saved one, but it ended up dying because of smoke inhalation. I think that's what the Great Depression is.
Oh, you're right. We'll have to ask him. We'll have to ask him about it because thank God for people like him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the economic recession.
Yeah, so
that happened of 2008 in the dead middle of Interlake Steamship Company redoing this boat, retrofitting it, and they were like, crap.
Right.
We have to stop.
Yeah.
So they stopped. And that's where it's sat ever since. I think they moved it a couple times around. Right now, you said it sits in Wisconsin.
No.
Oh, no.
Michigan.
And that's a really cool boat I'd like to go see just because it's at just some random dock or just like some random in the middle of nowhere. Pretty much Interlake dock.
That's what it says.
There's a couple of videos on YouTube, people just canoeing up to it and whatnot. It's cool because it's just the classic lake freighter style. And that one, they said if they wanted to not so much as start from scratch, but retrofit it, that would be the boat that they would do.
Yeah, if they need another one. I mean,
I need another one, and that's why they still have it.
Much to put it back into service.
Probably not.
Real quick.
I don't know if they actually pulled the engines already or if they.
I feel like they did.
I can't remember. I don't know if they did it. I think they already did because they were doing it. Like they already had all the plans. They were doing it, and then obviously happened here. It still sits, but they still have it. So technically, minus the towing a couple times and the retrofit, it's been sitting in long-term layup since 1980.
Yeah.
Or I don't know about 80, but in the 80s.
In the 80s. Yep.
Which is, I think only had like 20 or 30 years of service, and they were like, yeah, we're just going to.
It was like mid to late 50s is when I think it was built. I guess going straight west then, instead of going north, we have CTC-1.
Okay.
Which is another World War II boat. One of the 16 made during the war.
I didn't know they made 16 in that style. That's awesome.
Yeah. And that one's kind of sad tale. I think it's just waiting to be scrapped.
Yeah.
Really. I did watch a video about that. A really good video about CTC-1. It should be like the first thing that pops up if you look it up.
Did you see the one about the dude who went in it?
No, I don't think so.
I know the video that you're talking about, though. That's a recent video.
It is recent.
I remember watching that. It is. It's a great video. Gives a lot of history about it.
Yeah.
But there was one that some dude made about it like 4 or 5 years ago. I remember watching it way long time ago where he kind of he didn't know about anything about it, but just an explorer. He went on it.
One of those urban
explorers. Yeah, he went on and checked it out, and it's cool. I mean, it's all still there, but yeah, it's just been sitting there for years.
Pretty rough looking.
It's rough,
but it's cool. I mean, it's
a lake freighter.
It's still a water cab over lake freighter.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Which that one, they're not going to do anything with that. You said the engine is full.
Yeah, I mean, but
it is used as grain storage.
I don't know if they still use it or not. Actually,
no, I don't know.
It could be. I'm not. I've been hearing things about they're just waiting to scrap it.
Probably.
Which is a shame, but you can't keep everything.
No,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Maybe out of all these newer water cab overs, they'll save like the Anderson because of its historic.
I would very much hope so.
I would personally say that would probably be the most likely one.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably prefer that like the Tregurtha got saved, the Lee Tregurtha, just because of its history.
Right.
Those two would probably be the leading candidates, I would think.
I think so. Definitely the Anderson, definitely. Because, like you said, people who know the Fitzgerald, they know the Anderson. They've heard of the Anderson, which is just like a problem that they had with the SS United States for the last 40, which I'm sure you've heard about that. If you're listening to this, you probably heard about this. It's America's flagship. It's going to be sunk off the coast of Florida, which It's a shame. It is.
Better than scrap.
But it's better than being scrapped, and people are still going to be able to go see it. And they are building an entire. Did you see the blueprint?
No,
It's the entire front of the boat with the funnel. Like they're going to recreate the entire
that's cool.
forward section, like the whole bridge.
I know they're saving a lot.
They are. They're saving a lot of it.
Like the anchor, which is easy. Everybody saves anchors. But
Yeah, they're saving that. A couple propellers. Yeah, a couple screws. But like the same thing goes with that. Like what we're talking about is that they had the SS United States for years and years and years, but people just don't really care. People don't care at all about that. But the difference is that boat's been in rough shape. It was gutted completely.
Yeah, it was. It was. I think the 70s. Somebody, they were gonna buy it and redo it, and then they basically went bankrupt. I believe.
Yeah,
but they gutted it. So it just sat gutted for forever, and then I still don't think it's been moved.
No, it hasn't.
But it's gonna eventually get moved.
Yeah, they were gonna move it months ago, actually.
Yeah,
because we talked about potentially going to see it.
Yeah,
which it would have been hard. It would have been hard and expensive just to go look at this. But like lake freighters, like the William G. Mather and the Schoonmaker, they didn't change anything. They literally just took them out of service and just drug them to wherever they want, which again, it's really expensive to, you got to paper dock these, you got to get it, turn it into a museum, you got to do all this. But, like the Great Lakes Science Center, they got it. It was originally somewhere else. Like the same thing goes with the Schoonmaker. They've both been museum ships since they were taken out of service.
It saved them.
But like
museum ships.
If you go on the Schoonmaker, it's all original. It's really beautiful. They got some beautiful rooms, like for the first class rooms where they got like beautiful wood, and it's like we got to go see it. It'd be great.
Yeah,
we have to. But like with the Anderson, obviously they have self unloaders and they have a lot of just more. But like in reality, it'd be way cheaper to just to tap. And I feel like the right person comes along, they might be like, hey, no, throw this thing, pull it up. I'll build a dock for it and pull it behind my house. Whatever, it'd be cool.
It would be awesome.
I don't. Is there anything else?
We have the Joseph block. No, that one's now in service.
That one's still in service.
The Ryerson.
Oh, the Ryerson. Yeah, I forgot about
that. Beautiful boat.
That boat is beautiful.
Same with the Sykes. I mean, they're touted as the Sykes was the first, and I think the Ryerson is its twin. I think they're both the same style. They're not like any of the other ones. The
Ryerson people. There's a name for it. People. There's like a cool nickname that people have always given the Ryerson. It's like a really streamlined, because it looks really cool. It's like a streamlined boat.
Yeah. And the Ryerson is the last straight deck, meaning no self unloader.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's a big reason why it's out of commission.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with it.
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah, it was in service. I remember it being in service because that was one of my favorite boats.
That was really just taken out of service because it doesn't have a self.
That was it. That was its main purpose. Other than that, the boat is completely good. Like the boat is completely intact. Nothing happened. It was a beautiful boat. It was used up until, I think you're right, 2009. It's like the Alpena mode. I think the Alpena only carries cement.
It does. It's a cement carrier. And it was shortened.
That's why it was shortened. It's a cement carrier. It can be basically the cement can be easily sucked out.
Yeah.
It can be sucked out. They have their own designated factories for it, which I think the Alpena is the only one left of the company, but they only need one.
Well, they have the one. Yeah, it's the twin of the. It's not really a twin, but it's the same, like the JAW Engelhart.
Oh yeah. That
actually, I think that's technically the oldest, but it is a barge.
It is. It's a barge. It's not an active service. Oh, it's okay. It is an active service, but it doesn't move under its own power. Right. It's permanently.
It doesn't really move. Yeah, I would say you're right. It's permanently moored in Wisconsin, but they look almost similar. And that one's like what 19?
That's 37. The Engelhart's 37.
Oh, you know what? Wasn't it the one that Engelhart replaced was like 19?
They did have one. They did have one before that. I forgot. I don't know when that one was, but they did have one before that.
Yeah. And then the Engelhart replaced that, and then you still got the Alpena, which is very active.
Very active, very beautiful, and they know it. The crew of that boat and the whole company knows that is the oldest, still steam powered.
Very proud of that.
Very proud ship. And they take good care of it. It's beautiful. It's awesome to see.
So yeah, the Engelhart. I think that is all of them.
I think you're right.
that I know of.
that we know.
Museums.
Other than the museum ships, that is right. There is a lot.
There's 2 up in Wisconsin. We covered the 2 that are in Ohio. There's the only whaleback that's left. That's
Forgot about that one. That one's out of water. That's a really cool one. I'd like to go see that. There was a big class way back in like the late.
look it up.
Yeah, look it up. A lot of history about it. The late 1850 or the late 1800s, like 1890s. I think 1880s possibly. They were called whalebacks. They were really.
It looks like a whale.
It looks like a whale. They're really weird, but they're really cool looking. They built it for a reason. They thought it was a good design, which I guess it kind of was. I don't know if it helped it glide through the water, but there's only one of them left. They had a lot of accidents. One of them a driver. It's dry berth, fully out of the water.
In Wisconsin. So if you go up there and see it, you're gonna see a bunch of other boats, which is neat. There's another museum ship in Wisconsin. I don't remember what the name of it is.
It was the flagship of the Interlake Steamship Company. It looks just like the K.E. Barker.
Okay.
I'm not positive. Don't count me on this, but I think it's almost the sister ship of the K.E. Barker because it looks identical.
Well, you know, the K. Barker is a Cleveland Cliffs boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
But I don't remember what it is.
I found that out recently. It's a old Cliffs boat.
Oh, I
And
didn't.
they sold it to Interlake.
But yeah, there's a really nice museum ship. That is a really nice museum ship up there. They do I think they moved it recently. It's all repainted. It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful red water cab over. It's awesome. I'd love to go see it, but it's pretty much a whole weekend trip. It's far.
It's almost further than a weekend trip.
Yeah, it really is. There's that one, and then making our way down, there's another one in Valley Camp. That's a museum ship.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where it's at, but it's old. It's an old one. I believe it's 20s. Or there might be even 10s. Valley Camp is a big one. It's in the water.
That's in Michigan.
Oh, that's in Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay. That's been there for a long time as a museum ship, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know much about it, but it's cool. Just kind of finding museum ships and whatnot, but that's a really cool one.
1917.
Oh, 1917?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That one we should try to check out sometime.
Yeah, you should find out how far away it is.
That one's not bad. It's the William A. Irving.
William A. Irving.
Duluth.
Yep.
And the SS Meteor is the whaleback.
Okay. Yeah, those are beautiful ships. Whaleback's just cool just because it's just a whaleback. It's really different. Like if you look at it, I would not tell you that it's even a boat.
Yeah.
In all honesty, it's pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, making our way down in Ohio, we have 2, which I've been in both. We've been up to both of them.
Yep. I haven't been up to the
Probably right.
the
The Schoonmaker, that one's up in Toledo at the Great Lakes Museum. That one is probably, other than the Irving, is probably the nicest kept boat. Everything it's beautiful. They repainted it back to its original color. It's like an orange and a green and white, and oh my gosh, it's so awesome. The engine rooms are all every single. It's like they literally pulled it, or they like that's it. They're cutting it straight to it. It's had a lot of work done to it. I've seen some pictures of it in the past. They have a lot of pictures of it in the boat as well, of just because they had a lot of sister ships and what the name of it was originally, and it was in rough condition before. I don't know if the Great Lakes Museum just acquired it or if they raised up money. I don't know exactly how, but if anybody out there would ever watch this, just know that you're doing a fantastic job. That thing is amazing. It's beautiful. You can do everything you want to do in it. You can go up in the bridge and just chill out like me and a couple of our friends did, which you're definitely coming next year. We have to go again. Like we have to. Awesome. Next one is the Cleveland Cliffs, the William G. Mather. That one's right in Cleveland.
that was the flagship.
That was was it?
Yeah.
Of the Cleveland Cliffs?
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I don't remember exactly where that one was originally.
Saved.
Oh.
It was the flagship. I was just reading about it
No, you're good.
not too long ago.
But yeah, that one is, I don't know exactly where that one was originally, but whenever they brought it to Cleveland, they repainted it exactly how the scheme was at Cleveland Cliffs on the side. Because the Cleveland Cliffs steel mill's still there. It's still in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Boats still go there all the time.
So the Sykes, the Ryerson, and then the Joseph L. Block.
The Joseph L. block is is it supposed to be a front cab over or a water cab over?
These are just all three that are like run by the same company.
Okay.
There's one. I think it's a 1,000-footer, and then the Wilfred Sykes. They got the same scheme, same company. They're those two that are, and then the Ryerson, which is in layup, which we talked about. Those are owned by the Cliffs, or they're the company that runs them is owned by Cliffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why the Wilfred Sykes goes there. Then.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So those three are technically still owned by the Cliffs, but like
Because the Cliffs had a big fleet.
oh, they did.
They had a big fleet with a lot of ship that like I'm still finding boats. Like apparently they had one named a Cadillac, and they're awesome.
We'll have to do.
There's a lot of redoing that we got to do, but there's
the Victory.
the Cliff Victory. That boat is
Probably the most famous.
one of the most famous.
I'm gonna find out.
There's barely any like. There's not really a lot of pictures of it. There's really barely even videos of it, just because they used it.
It got scrapped in the.
I think it was scrapped because it wasn't. We said it before. It wasn't built for this. It was built as something else.
It was a Victory ship.
Okay, that's what it was. It was small, or because it was small as a lake freighter.
Which is it's really cool design. And
we got to go over this because we got to do a lot more. I got to do a lot more research because there's still boats all the time. I'm like, oh, there's a boat named Cadillac. That's sweet.
So we'll check some of that out. I think that pretty much well does it for this episode. It's a little bit shorter, I think.
A little bit shorter. Yeah, that's pretty much that's it. Like we were saying before, I hope that at some point in the near future, like if they ever were to, because if you think about it this way. They still have a lot of water cab overs in service.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Which is amazing. It's great.
And they still depend on
them.
You can't just get rid of them.
No, they can't. And the fact that they have the Lower Lakes Towing has the Mitch Cotton that's been out all year, and the Cuyahoga's been out for half the year. That's two ships out.
Other way around.
Sorry, other way around. And I'm sure they're losing out money on it.
Right. I mean, you got a ship sitting somewhere, or one that's getting fixed. Yeah. I mean, they're not making money.
But like if the Anderson ever decides, one season, they could just in a month, they could be like, they announced the Anderson isn't coming back in service. I think there would be a uprising.
There definitely would be.
Apparently they were going to do it. A couple of years, I don't know if it was like last year, but they were like, because I remember I was looking up information about it recently, and I found a news article saying the Anderson is coming back, and I was like, what do you mean Anderson is coming back? Because they were gonna, that was it.
Yeah, it's I at the beginning I talked about the whole Reddit thing about the Roger Blough getting the self-unloader, the nice self-unloader from the Callaway, and then that same line they were talking about the Anderson. Where it almost failed inspection.
Oh, really?
Last 5-year inspection. And that's why they were going to take it out of service, but it came back. Well, they're talking that it might not pass this year because I guess it's coming up for it.
Is it this year?
I think so. I thought 2019 was the last one. So
I can't do this.
We'll see. And it could be all wrong. Again, it's from Reddit. So
it is from Reddit. I don't know why I'm freaking out, but I mean, it almost happened. So
yeah. We'll see, and we'll probably talk about it if it happens.
Oh my!
Or if it doesn't.
Yeah, no, that would be catastrophic. Yeah, if that actually happened. But
I think that'll do it for this episode.
I think that'll do it for this episode.
Are still here.
Oh, you guys we gotta.
You guys long time that. Oh, she's hot. Thanks for watching.
Catch us next time. We got some good videos coming up. Exploration. I'm gonna throw up.